Something is wrong with our climate. The Earth climate is a complex and sensitive machine, fueled by the energy of the sun, transported through the atmosphere, the ocean, ice, and vegetation. Its characteristics have changed a lot in the past, under the influence of natural drivers, astronomical phenomena, volcanic activity, or internal variability. We know that because of them, the climate has always varied and will continue to do so. So where is the problem? The answer is simple. Starting around 1850, the climate started heating abnormally fast. Our civilization has developed in a relatively stable interglacial period called the Holocene. However, this moment is exceptional in geological times, and all our indicators show that we are exiting it at a speed unprecedented in the Earth's history. Over the last 40 years, evidence from various scientific fields built a near certitude. Natural variability alone cannot explain these changes. The only plausible explanation to date factors in human CO2 emissions. Around 60% of the CO2 we emit, mainly by burning fossil fuels, is reabsorbed by the oceans and vegetation. Yet 40% stays in the atmosphere, where it traps energy from the sun into the climate system. This is the greenhouse effect. And CO2 is not alone. No matter where they are emitted and by whom, methane, steam, and fluorinated gases, for example, also contribute to the greenhouse effect with their own heating power. A molecule can trap more or less energy each second and stay in the atmosphere for a very short time or 1,000 years. When it comes to the greenhouse effect, a ton of methane is equivalent to 28 tons of CO2, as its warming power is 28 times higher. The greenhouse effect is indispensable to life. Without it, the Earth's average temperature would be minus 18 degrees centigrade, not plus 15 degrees centigrade. But, since the Industrial Revolution, the amount of CO2 in the atmosphere increased by 14%, leading to higher concentrations than in the last 4 million years, boosting this greenhouse effect. And the consequences of this? The most widely known one is the rise in global surface temperatures, which have already increased by 1 degree centigrade since the Industrial Revolution. Meanwhile, the water dilates and ice caps melt. The global sea level rose by 17 to 21 centimeters between 1901 and 2010. Yet these are only average values. The most concrete impacts of climate change are local and heterogeneous. They put high stress on water systems, ecosystems, agriculture, health, and so on. In 2017, 157 million vulnerable people were exposed to heat waves globally, and 153 billion hours of labour were lost due to heat exposure. A whole range of extreme climate events also see their occurrence probability rise super fast as the climate heats up. The global cost of climate-related disasters rose from $895 billion between 1978 and 1997 to $2,255 billion between 1998 and 2017. This is a 151% increase over 20 years. In 2017 alone, natural disasters cost the US economy a record $307 billion. In a nutshell, we are exiting the exceptional window of stability in which our civilization emerged too quickly for ecosystems to adapt if we continue on the same path. What can we do about it?